My name is Amrunisa, age 54. Let me bring you on few decades back, where I had dropped off from my school during my Sec 2. My immediate family members were all involved in illicit drug-related activities, which made me to be curious into their lifestyles that they led. I, myself, had started to engage in doing illicit drug use at the age of 15 years old. At the period of moment, I had no worries about getting on my daily rations, because normally I will just take or steal from my family, as drug was never a concern to them. After a year of discreetly using drugs from the daily rations available at home, finally one day, my mother had saw me taking some of their drugs for my personal usage. She was shattered and disappointed to realize that I have started to follow their steps. Not knowing how to react, my own mother had took the immediate decision to disown me, even though the whole family is involved in illicit drug-related activity.
Only at the age of 16 years, and with no proper education level, I was left stranded and had to survive on the street with no one to turn to. There are days when I have to sleep at the void decks or car parks, or either I will ask some of my close friends to allow me to stay over at their house temporarily. In order for me to survive, I've taken up some cleaner work which only afford to pay for my daily necessities. Along the way, I had met a guy in the same neighborhood where my friends are staying. He was older than me by 5 years, but somehow he was much more matured and responsible person. He also constantly showered me with that love that I was basically deprived of. However, my impression on him didn't last long. As we got intimate, all of his true color were displayed. He was not only a heavy drug user, but also a drug dealer too. Due to his over-jealousy behavior, I was asked to move in and stay at his home. From there, our illicit drug-related activity had become much more heavy than as usual. When there will be time that we are short of cash to purchase any drug for our personal use, and knowing that his friends not only was also supplying drugs, but he was also interested with me, this provided him the opportunity to use me as a part of his drug deal with his friends. During that period of moment, he even had encouraged me to do sex work, not only just to fulfill on his daily needs, and from a loving and a caring partner, suddenly he had become an abusive partner.
With no stand for myself, I ended up sex working and obliging to his concern. Habitual drug intake became a dependency for me, as sex work wasn't easy, so I incorporated drug with sex work to stay awake to work longer hours. Without realizing, I was 3 months pregnant for my boyfriend at the age of 18, became heavy on drug and started to sell drug at the same time. Depression struck that phase of my life terribly, and I was going bonkers. With no proper guidance, led me to get caught by police at the age of 21 together with him, serving 10 months and 22 days in drug rehabilitation center. After my release, I thought turning over a new leaf, but situation made it hard to happen as I was already a mother of 4. Lack of social support, I fell deeper into depression, which brought me back into my old ways. I chose not to get married as I saw no changes in him. Then I was caught for the second time again for my irresponsible usage of drug and trafficking. I was incarcerated for 2 years until my release day. I finally realized that I'm not only deprived of love, but also a successful life with unconditional love, even in failure of my imperfection. Many fail to see me as an ordinary woman or a soul to take account of impossible position. Not many women will find themselves in one out of the norm box. Society start to be judgmental, created their own mockery remarks such as prostitute, slut, bitch, sway, and many more. Thus, all I wanted was unconditional love, peaceful, carefree life with a successful career. But in loving memory, Amrunisa.
In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In loving memory, Amrunisa. In lov
dengerin Nisa.